I'll be happy when I get my degree, I find love and get married, I get my dream job, I complete a marathon. Add your own life goal here. If you've ever had a thought like this, you're not alone. Many people believe that the key to lasting happiness is achieving big goals. But does this make us happy? The surprising answer appears to be no. This is not to say goals aren't important. They provide us with a roadmap of where we're heading. They give meaning and purpose to our lives by motivating us to achieve something higher. But the happiness we experience after completing them can be disappointingly short-lived. The belief that achieving goals leads to lasting happiness is known as the Arrival Fallacy, and it was first coined by positive psychologist Dr. Ben-Shahar after reflecting on his experiences as an elite squash player. Tal noticed a recurring thought, that if he could win this game, then he would be happy. But this high level of happiness didn't last, and the same pressure and emptiness he felt before quickly resumed. Before long, he was working towards winning the next game or tournament. Tal found that when people achieve a goal, their happiness is short-lived and quickly returns to the same level of happiness as before. In some cases, people can even feel worse. Imagine a woman who spends years working her way to the top of her career ladder. Along the way, she makes difficult and sometimes painful personal sacrifices in the pursuit of her goal, only to feel emptiness and disillusionment when her hard work fails to materialize into the long-lasting happiness and contentment she'd expected. This anticlimax can cause us to react in one of two ways. The first is that we feel so disappointed that we give up on trying to achieve any long-term goals. The second is to constantly chase the next goal, believing that achieving it will bring lasting happiness. However, once achieved, the euphoria soon fades. This pattern of getting what we want and returning to a baseline level of happiness is sometimes called the Hedonic Treadmill, because we end up in the same place despite all our efforts. It's the reason why lottery winners often feel happier for a few months or years, but eventually return to their previous levels of happiness once the novelty is worn off. Although this may seem depressing, it also means that we can return to our baseline level of happiness after experiencing a negative event. Although arguably, some events might permanently affect our happiness baseline. We can see the hedonic treadmill at work in the brain. When we pursue a goal, our brain rewards us by releasing a neurochemical called dopamine, which makes us feel good and helps us to stay motivated. But when we accomplish a goal, dopamine levels in the brain quickly decrease. According to psychiatrist Dr. Daniel Lieberman, dopamine isn't interested in having things, only getting things. In effect, dopamine is the molecule of anticipation. So why do we expect to feel long-lasting happiness from reaching our goals? Partly, this is due to errors in affective forecasting or predicting how future events will make us feel. People are generally good at predicting a specific emotion and whether it will be positive or negative. You might correctly anticipate feeling anxious on a romantic date, scared when you see the dentist, and excited while away on the holiday. But when it comes to the intensity and duration of emotions, we're far less accurate. We tend to overestimate the impact that achieving goals has on our happiness, as well as how long our positive feelings will last. Another reason is our tendency to see happiness as a fixed destination that can only be reached by completing a goal. We can become so focused on arriving at a place of happiness that we can miss the small day-to-day things that bring us joy. One way to avoid the arrival fallacy is to focus on the aspects of our life that we're grateful for now. Practicing daily gratitude can be helpful for focusing our mind on these things. Physician and author of the stress solution Dr. Rangan Chatterjee recommends spending a few minutes each evening feeling gratitude towards the 3 Ps. A person you feel grateful for today, a pleasure you experienced today, and something that happened today that holds some promise for the future, like setting a date to meet with friends. Goal setting is important for giving us direction, but relying on the completion of goals to feel happy can lead to feelings of disappointment and cause us to miss the everyday aspects of our lives that bring us happiness. Instead of getting hung up on "I'll be happy when" thoughts, celebrate the things that bring you joy right now. As Dr. Ben-Shahar said, attaining lasting happiness requires that we enjoy the journey on our way toward a destination we deem valuable. Happiness is not about making it to the peak of the mountain, nor is it about climbing aimlessly around the mountain. Happiness is the experience of climbing towards the peak. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so that I can make more content like this in the future.